I recently got sent Chamberlain coffee, and so this is my new personality now. It's pretty good. Hello and welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you are new. As always, thanks for hanging out with me today. Recently, if you've been keeping up with my social media, I was on a 2-week hiatus. I went on a road trip for some friends. There wasn't enough time in the day and it wasn't that type of road trip to vlog, but we're back. If you are watching this in real time, it is officially July. We are starting a new series. This is something that I have been thinking about for a couple weeks now, I would say. I was gonna say quite some time, but that seems like a long time. At least a couple weeks. I'm kind of done with thrifting. I think it's gonna be temporary, but obviously from the title of this video, I am putting a hiatus on thrifting and shopping in general. Basically, how this kind of came about is I've kind of shared this before and on my other social media that I thrift often because it is a passion of mine. I love doing it. I've been doing it for years. And there's just something so fun about finding items that are really unique and kind of like that treasure hunt of finding cool pieces and kind of curating a unique closet and a unique style. Kind of therapeutic for me, if I'm being honest. Like, it's just fun to do. It's relaxing. I kind of get in the zone and I love bringing home cool stuff. I've been in fashion for a long time, and so it's just something that I love, and that's the reason why I started this YouTube channel. And at the same time with doing content creation, I always feel very lucky and very grateful that I get sent things in like PR, and whether that's something that I shoot with because I have a brand collaboration that I'm getting paid for, or a brand reaches out and says, hey, we want to send you this stuff. If it aligns with what I love or what I believe in, then usually I say, yeah, you can send that to me. And it's a very cool and very like great place to be in, and I am extremely thankful to be in this space. However, with that being said, I get sent quite a few items. I am promoting a sustainable lifestyle that is part of my thing. I feel that it is important to be a conscious consumer. What does that mean for us? Like, kind of like, what's the psychology behind that? Why am I buying that item? I feel like I kind of go between this like fine line of like wanting to stay on trend because certain trends are interesting to me and certain fashion styles are interesting to me, and I'm always trying to evolve, and like that's just how the fashion world is. But at the same time, on the sustainable side, it's like I'm consuming a lot and I am getting a lot of things. I looked at my closet one day and I was putting away stuff and I was like, I have a lot of things. And again, that is a place of privilege, and I am very thankful to be in a position where I have enough. And so, again, as I said before, I am kind of stopping that for the foreseeable future, at least for the month of July. I had been really thinking about like what that meant to me and what that's going to do for my channel and my social media and my work and everything. And I thought, you know, oh God, like, am I gonna become irrelevant? And like all these thoughts were kind of like pouring into my head of, what are you gonna do now? And like just all these things. And that kind of also again feeds into that like the psychology of like, why am I doing this? Why am I putting myself on the internet? Why am I like promoting this type of lifestyle if it doesn't align with my beliefs? And if I'm like, oh well, I'm just not gonna, people aren't gonna like me anymore because I'm not constantly posting about the new things, and I know that that is what people like, you know? So I was really like wrestling with what this means to me and if I want to do it. and I realized that regardless of what others think, this is my channel, this is my lifestyle, and so it felt necessary and relevant for the time. And the jingle sounded really nice, No by July, where I was like, yeah, this is the time. You need to do this. Here's kind of the breakdown of what that means to me. Of course, if you decide that you also want to do this and maybe your kind of parameters look a little different, that is totally fine. That is totally cool. It's just cool that you're doing it in general. For me, that just means that I am not going to be doing any thrifting. I'm not going to be buying anything new. I feel like I'm at a place where I have like enough makeup still like in the jars and in the bottles and things where I don't have to go out and buy something new. I am just gonna be buying the essentials. What are the essentials? Obviously, things that you literally need to survive. So that is groceries, that is gas for your car, that is paying the bills that you need to pay. And that's kind of it. I just feel like I need to be content right now with what I have. And honestly, just fall in love with the stuff that I already have. Just kind of get re-inspired. That's kind of the main gist of it. Without going into too much detail, there's just like a lot of psychology behind it that I've been considering. This is kind of more just like a informal chat, I guess you would say. But it honestly has gotten to a point where I get anxious when I see that kind of stuff, because it feels like the things that I'm putting out or the clothes that I'm wearing are somehow now irrelevant. And that is just not true at all. It kind of feeds into the trend that overconsumption is what you need to be. And it's kind of like a status thing. If you're someone that keeps up with it, it can be a lot. I feel like I need to be more grateful and less comparative, I guess you could say. There's a lot that goes into it, but the fun side of that, not the kind of like intense side of it, is that I'm just gonna be focusing on doing a lot more styling videos, even more of like a kind of informal get to know me kind of stuff. Like I have some ideas for the next couple months, or couple weeks, maybe months, honestly, if this is something that I feel like is still relevant. I kind of want to put out more content this month because I'm not going to be going out and thrifting. But yeah, I think it's just going to be a cool experience, I guess, to kind of just change it up this month. If you are kind of feeling the same way as me, or if this kind of strikes a chord, definitely let me know what you guys think of this. Like, do you kind of feel the same way? Like, have you been feeling this kind of like, I don't know, like anxiety or draw to like just always buy? And how do you feel about that? I just know how I feel, and I know when things like no longer align with my beliefs, and so this is kind of where we're pivoting at this point. If you do decide to do a no by July, whatever that looks like, definitely leave a comment down below, because I think it'd be so cool to chat about how that feels relevant in your life. Again, like I'm gonna be posting a ton of stuff on Instagram and TikTok as well. So if you are not already, definitely follow all of my social media. Thank you so much for watching, and hopefully my rambling makes sense. We're gonna have a cool July, I think. I'm pretty stoked about this like new little venture. Thank you as always for watching, and I will see you soon.